Hi Scorpio, and welcome to your eclipse season tarot forecast. This will cover the time frame of July 13th through August 11th, 2018. So Scorpio, we are about to have a series of 3 different eclipses, 2 solar, 1 lunar. And eclipse season is where things are eclipsing out and new things are coming in. Truths are coming to light. You're also being exposed to your shadow self through these eclipses, but this is the second half of eclipse season. So think about what was going on in your life in January and February. What were your goals? What were you trying to achieve? What changes did you want to make? What changes just kind of naturally occurred in your life? What people kind of fell away? What new people came in? All right, because now we're on the other side of that. So the completion of those energies is going to take place now. We're also in the midst of retrograde season, and Mercury is about to join the party while we're experiencing eclipse season. And retrogrades are all about the review, the return, right? And in moon readings, the new moon energy is where we plant seeds for new manifestations. And the full moon is the energy where we receive the manifestation. So this is like new intentions of the past manifesting now, as well as, things that don't vibrate and align to your new manifestations must eclipse out of your life. Think of a kaleidoscope. When you turn it a notch, your perception of what you're seeing completely changes. The design, the pattern changes. That's what's happening with eclipse energy. Your perception shifts, and for some of you, it may only shift for just a moment, but it's enough to see that difference in design for you to know the changes that you must make or that you want to make, or changes that have happened you finally allow yourself to accept, okay? So the first, did I already tell you guys? I'm sorry. You guys are my last reading, and these actually have taken me all day long. And in fact, they've taken so long that I'm not going to do the daily tarot for Friday. I feel really bad about that, but it's already almost 1 a.m. and by the time I get these uploaded and everything, it will be 3 in the morning, and I'm just tired. I'm tired, Scorpio. So I'm sorry. On July 13th, which is Friday the 13th, we have the new moon in Cancer, which is a partial solar eclipse. On July 27th, we have the full moon in Aquarius, which is a full lunar eclipse. And this is a very special eclipse because this is the longest eclipse in the last century. Okay, it's going to go for 1 hour and 23 minutes. And I love that 1, 2, 3. So it's the longest one in the last century. So it's very powerful, very significant. Finally, we wrap up eclipse season with the new moon in Leo on August 11th. So again, if you have a moon in Cancer, Aquarius, or Leo, this will be a really profound eclipse season for you guys. I have personally found that when we're experiencing the eclipses in my moon or my sun sign, there's the big radical changes that actually do take place in my life. Those years, 2012 and 2016, are the last time that there was eclipse energy in my moon and my sun sign, and those were very significant years for me, both of those years. So Scorpio, be prepared for a lot of changes. We're in retrograde. We're about to wrap up eclipse season. And then we head into Virgo season, which is all about the harvest, right? So I'm going to pull a card to see what area of your life is going to be most affected by this Cancer new moon solar eclipse. All right, so you guys have the 11th house. This is actually the house of Aquarius, where we're going to have that powerful full moon energy. So this is where the cosmos grant wishes, luck, friends, and social occasions. So Scorpio, there's going to be a shifting in this 11th house energy. You might start feeling like luck is finally on your side again. You may be reconnecting with a lot of old friends and acquaintances because Chiron has gone retrograde, and Chiron is the great healer, and so Chiron wants to heal anything that still needs healing, wants to mend relationships, bring relationships back together, restore harmony, restore peace, restore balance. So with the 11th house energy, there's going to be friends shifting out of your life, Scorpio, and there's going to be friends returning from the past where, we have a chance to be friends again. And this could just be where you didn't even have to have a falling out. You just kind of lost touch, that type of thing. And here we are reconnecting. And with social occasions, Scorpio might be feeling a bit more popular than usual. You might be getting a lot more invites because, again, your luck is shifting. And some of you, there very well may be a wish come true. Okay, and so we will go ahead and put Uranus there to hold that, so we know that's 11th house. And we will see with this Aquarius full moon energy what house, what area of your life that is, going to be impacted the most with this beautiful full lunar eclipse. Oh, wow. Now we've got your own house, Scorpio, the 8th house. This transformational area of your life is about shared resources and intense emotions. So what I see happening here is a big time shift of energy in regards to shared resources, which would also be attached to 4th house, which is the house Cancer rules, home, family, and your roots. That's very much connected to 8th house. So Scorpio, you're having a lot of shifting energy in your home and family life, as well as your intense emotions, shared resources, and like sexuality with a person. So for many of you, this feels like a romantic partnership. It has a lot to do with this energy. For a lot of you, you again could have people returning from the past with this 8th house energy, and this would be people that you felt incredibly strong about, deep, intense connections. But this also being a transformational area of your life, I feel that whatever is going on is like the opposite's going to happen. So if you're having really troubling times, with a romantic partner, that energy is going to shift and things are going to get better. Like you're going to really feel like your luck is improving. So let's pull a card to see which house is most affected by this Leo new moon solar eclipse that is taking place on August 11th. All right, wow. So we have the 9th house for you guys, which this is about spirituality, higher learning. Some of you could be deciding that you're going to take some sort of spiritual, like, sabbatical, maybe go to the Peace Corps, go do something with some sort of religious organization, go help those who are less fortunate than you. But overall, what I see for Scorpio, really, this is mostly about friendships and intense relationships, like intense relationships that are just friends and intense relationships that are also romantic. And now we're coming to this place of where anybody who's in our life, whether it's friend or lover, you are desiring a spiritual connection and bond with them. This goes much deeper. It's like if there's somebody where you just have amazing sex with them and you like want to be with them or whatever, but they don't want to be with you, or they want to be with you and you don't want to be with them. This would be where the eclipse takes that relationship out of your life, because you're coming to a place of requiring a more spiritual connection in your partnerships with everybody. And if somebody can't meet that criteria, law of attraction is going to pull it out. And, you know, here we have all this eclipse energy doing the job. All right. But overall, I feel like you're going to realign to some really great relationships, and also some new relationships are coming in for Scorpio. So let's pull some tarot to get more information. All right, so we have the Four of Pentacles and the Strength card, which this would be the Leo card. Some of you really, there is a wish, a desire, a dream that you want to make happen, and you've really been putting a lot of energy and effort into making that happen. And I feel like it's going to happen. What that is different for each and every one of you. But, you know, some of you just want better self-esteem. Some of you want more money. Some of you do want better friendships and connections, okay? But in the workplace and your inner strength, you're definitely being blessed with this 11th house energy. So you're going to start feeling more luck in the workplace, whatever your profession is, and your inner strength, your self-esteem, you know, who you are, feeling strong and grounded. Definitely more friends and connections coming in. Over here with this 8th house, we have the King of Pentacles and we have the Judgment card. So yes, this is a very intense relationship with somebody. And on this side of Judgment, this is where we have a second chance. This is the Phoenix rising out of the ashes. And I just want to point out to you did I put it in this pile? Yes, I did. On the Pluto card, which represents the 8th house, which is your ruling planet, you see that Phoenix right there rising out of the ashes. So, Scorpio, many of you, there's a resurrection of an old business acquaintance, like you might be going to work for an old boss that you really enjoyed. This could be a romantic partnership where we're having a second chance at things, and we're reconnecting. This could just be a really good, strong, solid friend that you've missed, and now here we're reconnecting. But with that Phoenix here, it's a transformation. A brand new relationship is born with the people that are returning into your life, Scorpio, whether they be friend, business acquaintance, or lover, fling, crush, whatever. We're desiring this spiritual connection because, like, we have the High Priestess and we have the Two of Swords. So you are requiring a much more spiritually based connection with all of your relationships, work, friend, and lover. And if you see that somebody's bullshitting you, trying to feed you stories, trying to give you illusions, if you've settled for that in the past and just tolerated it because you felt these intense emotions, you're not willing to do that anymore, Scorpio. You're coming to a place of, you know what, just because I can't identify what it is that I'm sensing doesn't mean it's not happening, and I'm not dealing with you anymore, okay? Like, you be real or you be gone. Some of you are definitely going to be expanding your consciousness and your spirituality with this 9th house energy, High Priestess and Two of Swords in this position. It's like some of you may have been practicing one particular religion, and now you're really opening yourself up to a new religion or many religions to expand your consciousness, to see, you know, what is the basis and similarities between all religions, between mythology. This is just very spiritual. This could be about, you know, furthering your academic education, but that's not what I'm seeing really. I guess because of the work, it could be the case, but I feel for most of you, this is really about something spiritual, your own spiritual growth and what you are now requiring out of your relationships with everybody, even your job satisfaction. Like, you guys are having a spiritual awakening or a consciousness expansion, an upgrade to your spiritual belief system, something, because you know, on this side, we have the rites of passage to the gates of wisdom. On this side, we're still learning. And, you know, the ninth house is all about that higher spiritual learning, right? And you are open, you are ready, Scorpio. So your luck is about to improve. I feel like karma's on your side. There's going to be great transformations within yourself about your self-esteem. There's going to be reconnections of old relationships, either so that we can have a second go-round, or for you to finally get understanding and closure. So let's pull another card to get more information. All right, so yeah, look at, did I not say you've been working hard? This is the spider. Be meticulous and patient. Whatever this wish is attached to this 11th house, you have been working diligently towards it. You have been meticulous and you have been patient. And it's like now you are rewarded. And over here with this 8th house, we have the gate. A barrier keeps you from your goal. So this is where we were butting heads with this specific partner, or we were very conflicted inside about shared resources, our sexuality, intense emotions for another person. You know, whoever this is, and this phoenix rising from the ashes for this second chance, this, to me, the gate is like you're finally able to break this barrier. Whatever separated you guys previously, now you're able to move beyond this gate because it's finally the right time. This is all about divine timing, especially attached to that judgment card. And over here with the 9th house, we have revelry and indulgence. And this is a satire, so this would be, you know, like the devil pretty much. And attached to this 9th house, Scorpio, this is just really where I feel you are noticing the dark shadow side of yourself, and you are not afraid to face that, because you're like, where do I need to improve? What do I really need to do? What changes do I need to make for my happiness? Like, you're totally on board to self-examine everything that's existing within you, and a lot of people aren't able to do that. But with this lineup, it's like you're like, show me, universe, show it all to me, give it to me hard, rip the band-aid off in one swoop. I've got to face this, I've got to fix this, I really want to move on. Some of you, if you've really been struggling between the good and the bad, the right and the wrong, doing the right thing opposed to emotionally reacting just depending on your situations, this eclipse energy is really bringing a balance to that aspect of you, okay, where you are the light and you are the dark, and you are aware of when to act upon, you know, your darkness, and when to act upon your light. Because I don't know who said it, but it's, you've got to be a petal and a thorn. And that's the truth. We are light and dark energy for a reason. And, you know, our darkness is our fight or flight. It's our courage. It's our bravery. It's what saves our ass in a very tight spot, okay? Yes, it can be indulging. It can be codependent. It can be obsessive. It can be intense. It can be dark. It can be evil. It can be mean. However, those are just aspects attached to the shadow self, all right? You can utilize the shadow self in a very positive and effective way when you bring it out in the appropriate situations and experiences that you're dealing with in your life. So I see where Scorpio is really balanced between the light and the dark, and you have no fear in whipping out the thorn, or I should say the stinger in your case, or becoming so vulnerable, you know, the depth of your heart and your emotion, there is no end. And you don't show that to just anybody, you know, only a select few get to see that part of you. And now it's even a smaller select few, because if you're not feeling this spiritual connection with your friendships, with lovers, with even family. It's like you're just not interested. Scorpio is really looking for deeper, more meaningful connections and experiences from this eclipse energy, and something good is coming. Like, we have a wish coming true. Definitely reconnecting with some old friendships, relationships, etc. So let's pull a card for the overall energy and outcome of eclipse season for Scorpio. Look at that. We have intuitive communication, silent whispers of the heart. This actually is more paired with this ninth house energy. This is about your spirituality expanding, your intuition being really on point, people returning to you. You guys have been communicating spiritually. There's whispers of the heart. You're still very much connected. There's still a lot of emotions and feelings involved. And where we've been prevented in the past, now we have this chance for a second opportunity, the phoenix rising from the ashes. So your intuition, Scorpio, is growing. You're receiving some sort of upgrade or expansion in your spirituality in general. People returning from the past, as well as your luck changing for the better, and a wish of some kind coming true because you've done the work and you've waited and you've been patient, and here it comes to you in this eclipse season. So Scorpio, those are your messages. Pretty good. You know, it looks like there's something coming in that you really want. And again, because this would be 5th house energy, this would be 11th house energy, and this would be 4th house energy. I know for many of you, this has a lot to do with a very significant relationship, somebody who you consider to be your spouse or a very serious partnership, and it may be where we broke up or we went our separate ways forever for whatever reason, but this eclipse season seems to be bringing us back together, because I see that here in the full moon area, which is the manifestation, the manifested energy, right? So Scorpio, beautiful reading. You have a lot to look forward to, and I am wishing you all the very best. Take care.